sure you saw it like 9 o'clock last night. Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to Inside Bream Gymnasium here on the campus of Gettysburg College for the 2016-17 Women's Basketball Season Preview. Joining me today are juniors Emily Gibbons and Jamie Rellan from the women's basketball team. So they have started, they've been practicing for about 6 weeks now, 4 weeks. It seems like it started so long ago. They're ready to go this weekend with their first taste of varsity action at the Stockton University Tournament. But first, let's find out what's been going on with the team so far in the preseason. So, you just got to ask a general question. Are you guys excited to finally get this season going?
Yeah, we're really excited. I mean, we've been playing with each other for the last 4 weeks, so I think it will be fun to play other people for once. It'll be exciting.
Are you saying you're getting tired of playing the same people every day in practice, day in and day out? Maybe mix it up a little bit?
It'll be nice to mix it up a little bit.
How about you, Emily? You ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we have a lot of new faces out there this year. I think there's a lot of new first years, and we have a transfer, so I'm really excited to just kind of see how we're going to compete, not against each other.
Trying to skip to question number 3. We'll get to the first years, but first we want to start with the few veterans we have. You two are the most experienced players on the team right now. What do you guys feel, that being said, what do you guys feel like what your roles are going into this season? Jamie?
Well, I mean, just to lead the team, like you said, we have a lot of new people on this team this year, so we want to be role models for them and lead them, and so that like when Gibby and I aren't here, that they'll be able to take that role and lead the next coming people in too. So yeah.
Anything to add, Emily?
No. She said it all.
Gotta like it. It's good teammates there. So we'll go to the new faces on the court this year. It's always fun to see when new people come in, and this year almost 80% of the team are new people. We got 10 first years and a junior transfer, Kendra Meredith from Southern Connecticut State. How has that affected the team dynamic this season?
I'll take it. I think it's we definitely have a whole different outlook this year. I think we're going to be a different type of team. We're going to have a different style of play. All the first years and Kendra have done a really good job so far this preseason, contributing and just bringing everything they have and bringing their different talents to the court. And I think that they're setting us up for a lot of success this season.
Well said.
Good stuff, and I hope everybody can hear us okay. The air is on inside Bream Gym, and when the air kicks on, it kind of sounds like a plague of locusts, so I hope you can hear us okay. So we talked a little bit, or we haven't talked about the people we lost from last year. We had 3 key starters, Jess Porter, Emily Duggan, and Kim Ryan, who were pretty integral to the team. How are we going to make up for the loss of those 3, as well as some of the other people that have lost, that are no longer on the team as well?
Well, they're definitely going to be big shoes to fill. But we do have a lot of guards and who can shoot really well, and I think we're going to be a really quick team this year with a lot of speed, and I have no doubt that they'll be able to step right in and help us be successful.
Of course, Jess was a 1,000-point scorer. She was, the rookie of the year as a freshman, and then she was, I think 2 or at least 3-time All Centennial Conference as well. Where do you guys hope that scoring comes from this year, Emily? We'll go to you. Emily, I believe you were the 3rd leading scorer last year, so you're going to pick up the slack in Jess's absence?
Jess's shoes are definitely going to be hard to fill this year, no matter who tries to step up. I think that some of our first years really have a lot of potential this year to step up and have a huge impact in both the scoring and other parts of the game. We have Emma Dorsheimer coming back. She'll yell at me for not getting her name correct. So she was our leading scorer last year, so I think that she's going to put up some big numbers this year, and I think that our first years are going to have a really large part in our scoring this year.
I hope so, because we don't have many returners to pick up that slack. You know, last year was head coach Nate Davis's first year here at Gettysburg, of course coming from Eastern University. There were probably some growing pains with the new coach, new style of play, especially for you two, playing a full season under head coach Mike Kirkpatrick. What have been the differences in that regard this year with a full season under Coach Davis?
I mean, it's been nice coming into the season knowing the plays, because freshman year we came in, new coach, new plays, same thing sophomore year. So this year it's been nice to have an idea of what to expect, his coaching style and everything. And it's been nice, then we can help the new freshmen come in and try to explain his coaching styles and help them and be more successful with that.
So good, Emily? Now, of course, last year we went 19-6 in Nate's head coach Davis's first year, and we were 13-5 in the conference overall, which is pretty impressive considering, you know, Muhlenberg and McDaniel both had really loaded lineups. You know, Haverford's always there. Just some really good battles across the whole Centennial Conference for us last year. Were you guys surprised we did so well last year in the first year under head coach Davis and just what we had on the court there? Emily, we'll go to you.
I think we had a lot of talent and we were expecting to do well. I don't know if we were expecting to be 19-6, but I think that once the season kind of started to get rolling and we started to realize kind of the potential we had and that our offenses actually were working. I can remember in the preseason we didn't know if they were going to work. We thought he was crazy. And one of our first games against Hopkins, it just wasn't working. And I just remember everyone was doubting it, but then we kind of trusted it. And I mean, I think that his offense has really played an impact in his defense and kind of our success. It kind of gave us a new look in the conference. And yeah, I mean, I kind of expect the same success this year.
If not better.
Yeah, maybe a championship.
So it looks like the coaches and SIDs that voted in the Centennial Conference preseason poll maybe had voted on that success last year. We were picked second in the preseason poll. How do you guys feel about such a high pick like that?
It's great that people think that we're going to be that good, but that being said, we can't really look into that. We just can only compete and play as hard as we can and not really look at those numbers.
Yeah, you don't know how it's going to go until you actually get on the court. That's the thing. Anything, those polls are only worth the paper they're printed on most of the time. So we've actually been on the court already this season. We played a little exhibition yesterday at UMBC. Down at their place, RAC Arena in Baltimore, their Division I institution. What was the atmosphere down there? Because it was their first home game, first off. It doesn't count for us. It's just an exhibition because we're not allowed to really start our varsity schedule yet. So what was the atmosphere down there like? What did you guys kind of learn about the team in general, especially considering all the new faces we have? Jamie?
I mean, it was great. The atmosphere, the band was there. It was good. I mean, there was definitely a lot of nerves and everything, but it was good to get that out of our system. And I think we learned that we have to communicate, especially in a big arena like that. We have to definitely communicate with one another and just be patient and not rush with things. I think we learned to do that.
Emily, you had a double-double in the game yesterday. I saw 16 points, 11 rebounds. Pretty good. UMBC, I saw the roster. They were pretty big in general. A lot of six-footers on that roster that you had to contend with. How will they compare to some of the teams we'll face in the Centennial Conference this season, you think?
I mean, I think probably the two biggest girls in the conference were 6'4", if I can remember correctly, and one of them graduated. The other one is on Haverford this year, Samantha Wetzel. And I think that the post yesterday had a really strong fadeaway game. I got burned on that a lot. But I think that she was very talented. All of their post players were very talented, and I think that it kind of prepared some of the new incoming players to kind of what they might face in the conference, where they might not be that good. It was hard to defend, but I think that it kind of gave our posts kind of a taste of some things that they might see against in the conference.
Well, let's take a stab in the dark this year. There's a lot of unknowns. I've talked to Coach Davis. A lot of unknowns about the team this year and how quickly the first years in particular are going to adjust to everything. The college game is definitely different from the high school game, no matter where you played. But taking everything into consideration, what are some things that we need to do on the court to be successful this season?
Like I said before, communication is key. Also executing our plays and just running them correctly and scoring off of them, that's going to be a big key.
So scoring more points than the other team? That's a pretty good one. How about you, Emily?
I think I would say just coming out and giving everything we have every game. Last year, I remember coming out of halftime, we would always kind of face this battle with ourselves where we would start off slow and then we'd end up having to come back lose our lead or come back from a deficit like halfway through the third quarter. And I think that just keeping the intensity up the entire game and kind of just pushing ourselves as hard as we can for as long as we can is really going to be crucial to the success of the season.
So who's going to have a better record this year, the men's team or the women's team at Gettysburg College?
I think we're both going to have really good years.
Oh, way to be a politician.
They have a really good team coming back. They have a really good lineup. I'm expecting big things from them too.
We'll say the same record.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll say the same record. And I had to ask this too. So I think over break maybe we should issue a little challenge to the men's team. So if we were to line up a 3-point contest with the men's team, who should represent our team and who should they challenge on the men's team?
I don't know.
Dorsch, maybe? Dorsch or Ash?
Yeah.
Dorsheimer did hit 45% of her threes last year.
She's a pretty good 3-point shooter. Maybe Ash.
Ashley, one of our freshmen. She's really good 3-point shooter.
I think
Maybe Emma Honor.
Oh yeah, Emma Honor.
Emma Honor, yeah.
Who on the men's team? I don't know. I mean, Pete's their best 3-point shooter, right? So I don't know if we want to line.
He shoots threes. Oh, but they all do. You think it should be Pete? No? I guess we'll have some time to think about it. Maybe we'll reissue this challenge over winter break. Both teams will be here shortly after Christmas. The women, of course, have a tournament on January 2nd and 3rd, I believe it is. So they get to hang out here pretty much by themselves all winter break. So maybe we can set something up on Facebook Live and have a little bit of a shooting contest between the teams, horse or 3-point contest or something. So, well, that does it for the season preview. As I stated earlier, that the women's basketball team opens up this weekend on Friday at the Stockton University tournament. I believe you guys play FDU Florham at 6 p.m., right, guys? So you can catch it. There'll be live stats, and I'm assuming live video. It'll be linked on our site. We are not home until November 29th against Johns Hopkins University, but you can catch all the stories and all the updates on GettysburgSports.com. Check out the archived version of this video. It'll be up on Facebook later today, and we'll have it on YouTube, and it'll be paired with the written season preview, which I hope to have done later this afternoon. So again, my name is Corey Jewett, Emily Gibbons, Jamie Rellin. Tune in to the women's basketball season here at Gettysburg College, and go Bullets!